right, Coach. Well, this is kind of the unofficial end of fall camp. So how do you think it went overall?
It's maybe unofficial to y'all. It's not unofficial to us. We still got a lot of work to do, and we're still in camp. Really, we don't start school for another week, and so we get an opportunity to continue to clean up our mistakes and make sure that we optimize our opportunities in the film room of correcting anything that we need to correct and make sure it carries out on the field. But overall, I thought there were some positives on all three phases. Defense, I thought they started fast. We had some really good 3-and-outs, which is something that's been. We need to do. It demoralizes an offense, especially. It gives you the momentum, gives the whole team the momentum when you come out and start fast. And so I was really pleased with that. I was really pleased with the way, defense bowed their neck at times in the red zone, and instead of giving up some touchdowns, they did a good job of holding our offense to field goals. And we're going to have to, we have to accomplish that goal throughout the year in order to, eliminate some of the points. And again, it's a sign of mental toughness and continue to, just keep grinding and never giving up throughout a drive. And so I was kind of pleased with that today. Offensively, there were some good things. We had some guys make explosive plays, break tackles. We hit some big plays that, I feel like we're able to hit. We have the talent, we have the ability, and we have the explosiveness to be able to do some of those things. We got be a little bit more consistent at times. Today I thought defense was probably a little better than the offense, but it's been good back and forth competition throughout. And so that's kind of what you're looking for as a head coach, is making sure that all three phases are playing at a high level and competing hard every single day. You're not going to win every drill, but today we really came out here and we're focused more on just our fundamentals, blocking, tackling, making sure we're getting lined up right, no busted calls. And overall, I thought it was solid. We still have a long way to go in order to get to where we want to be coming up on September 1st.
What you see from the secondary guarding the receivers that y'all had? It looked like y'all had a good amount of pass breakups, but a couple DPIs as well.
And again, we talk about pre- and post-play penalties, basically, things that we can control. We had an illegal formation offensively that cost us a touchdown. We had we had a false start or a holding a false start, a pre-snap penalty to put it behind the chains, probably cost us a drive there. Defensively, we had an offsides and a personal foul. Those are pre- and post-play penalties that, to me, is selfish and undisciplined, and that's the things we got to clean up. At times, throughout a game, you're going to have some aggressive penalties. You're going to get a holding every now and then. You're going to get an aggressive play on a PI. We got to work our technique better. I can handle those better, and I can handle the undisciplined penalty, which is the pre- and post-play penalties. So I thought overall they competed at a high level. There was a couple plays where, we got to wrap guys up. We got to run through people and get them to the ground. We can't allow those explosive plays on the back end. But overall, I felt, we've been much improved, and we need to continue to, go in that direction.
What did you see from the battle up front, just between the offensive line, defensive line?
That offense, I thought both of them had their moments. It's good to see the battle. I thought the offensive line, for the most part, protected, pretty well today. Didn't give up, many sacks. We didn't get behind the chains as much. But again, the defensive line, I think they've really come a long way. Coach Yallock's done a great job with those guys. They're explosive, and it was a good matchup. They battle every single day, not only throughout scrimmages but throughout practice. It's great pride for those guys, and we talk about it all the time as a team. It all starts up front on the O-line and the D-line. You've heard me say that a lot, and so we put a lot of emphasis on that, and we take a lot of pride in calling those guys out and making sure that they understand what we're looking for.
What were the areas you saw the most progress so far in fall camp?
Man, I think we've, had a lot of progress, but I think the most thing is just becoming more consistent. I think a lot more guys, with that experience, you should be more consistent, understanding, not worried about a call. You're out there, it comes natural. Now you're able just to play fast and trust your teammates. So, I think the more reps we get, especially with the experience, these guys have played together and played, next to each other a lot longer. So I think they're more comfortable, they trust each other more, and they're not trying to do other people's jobs. So I would say overall the consistency's been better.
Do you have a better handle on maybe who some of the younger guys are that are going to help you?
We'll see. Again, we still got a couple weeks. I don't. Me. I'm not into putting added pressure where it doesn't need to be added. We got to continue to develop those guys. There's definitely some young guys that we feel comfortable right now that have an opportunity to help us along the way, and there's some guys that still need to continue to develop, get bigger, stronger, and faster. And a lot plays into it. Some of it's depth at a certain position. Maybe you don't need a certain guy right now. So again, with the redshirt rule coming how it is, I'd like to, try to get these guys as many reps as possible. But also at the same time, if they're not ready, there's no reason to throw them out there. Sometimes I think down the road can be a confidence issue. So we're going to try to do the best we can to get everybody ready and as many reps as possible. And we'll see kind of how throughout the year a lot will play into that. Whether it's they're ready, whether it's depth, so many things play into it. But I'm not ready to call anybody out individually, and they got to keep working. It's a long season, and they got a long way to go. Everybody does.
Well, how do you feel like y'all did as a defense today, just in this second scrimmage?
As a defense, I felt like our energy and intensity was really well. I mean, we emphasized pursuing to the ball. So as a defense, I felt like we did really good on that.
How do you feel like as a secondary y'all were able to hold up against the receiving corps today?
I feel like we held our own. As a secondary, we have come closer. Our communication and our execution has grown a lot over the past spring and fall. So I feel like we're doing really good.
How do you guys think you progressed defensively in this, this first part of training camp?
Progress-wise, I think we did really well. Kyrie stepping up, being the leader, making sure we get extra footwork drills and stuff like that, just trying to help us be a better unit in the secondary.
Have you gotten more comfortable in the starting lineup as the fall has gone along?
EJ and the starters there just made me feel like I was already a starter, and they done brought me a long way communicating with them and just executing.
What do you still want to see in these next couple of weeks of fall practice before the first game?
Consistency in the secondary, but also as a defense. There's sometimes we have 3 and outs, and there's sometimes they'll drive 40, 50 yards before we get a 3 and out. So I say just overall just consistency in our defense, and then just playing up to the level we can play.
Going kind of off that, consistency the biggest thing that you guys need to focus on these next 2 weeks, or is there anything else as a secondary, as a unit, you guys kind of want to focus on before opening week?
I would say consistency. There's some days where we'll just have a good day against the offense, and there's some days we just do really bad. And that just comes with focusing. We can't do good one day and then come out and do bad the next day.
As an offense, how do you feel like y'all were able to play today, especially on the first scrimmage and second scrimmage?
I think first scrimmage we played really well. In this second scrimmage, we came out. We hit some adversity. We went 3 and out twice. But we had guys who made plays, and it kind of got us going, brought the energy up, and so we hit adversity, but we overcame. I'm glad it's right now with our guys. So I'm glad the way we overcame it today.
Sure.
How have you guys progressed in fall camp? This is the second scrimmage. It's kind of a key milestone as you prepare for the season. How do you feel about where you're at and how far you've come?
I'm really happy where we're at right now. We're making plays that we didn't make last year, that we weren't even at this past season, and so it's just crazy to see how far we've come with this team, with our quarterbacks, with our receivers, and our communication is just insane. Just to see how well we work together now compared to last season.
What's the biggest thing you'd like the receiving corps to kind of focus on and really improve these next 2 weeks?
Just make plays, be playmakers. That's what we're out there to do. And when we get the ball, we gotta be explosive and find the end zone. So that's what we're going to focus on and protect the football at all costs.
Cujo Young had a couple of big plays there. What did you see from him? He had a big play last scrimmage as well.
He did. He's really shown out for us, and I'm glad he's on our team. And he's making plays, and that's what we need from him. And when he gets the ball, there's no telling he could go for 60. You just never know. It's great to see how he can just make plays with his feet.
This is the last big scrimmage before the season starts. Do you guys feel it coming at this point?
Yeah, it's in the air for sure. We're all getting juiced up now that we can stop hitting on each other so hard every day, and we can look forward to SMU now and hit someone else. But it's in the air, and we're all pretty excited for September 1st.
You guys start to make that transition now from camp to really preparing for that first game?
Yeah, we start focusing on SMU a lot more now, and so we get to see how they play, and it's just a little different in practice now. So it's exciting to see.